All right, so this idea is going to be really cool. This is called reality versus fantasy. Just came up with it. All right, so here's my idea. And I'll tell you where I'm coming from on this. I've been in reality and I've been in fantasy. Fantasy, or creating a fantasy, or even a false ego, what it does, it can actually boost morale. It doesn't have to be like a what do you call it, like a war troop or something, like an army. Sorry, it's not like an army morale. Kind of is, but it's not that. It doesn't always have to be that big. It can be limited to one person. One person can create a fantasy just to create a more interesting, a more entertained, a more motivated person with a better morale. That's what I was kind of doing. Again, I did it for maybe, I don't know, 3 to 6 months before I switched over. That's like, I was always level 1 of everything. Anyways, I did try that. I've come to grips and I'm back pretty much in reality. And I'm seeing reality for what it is. And the reason that I'm actually doing this now is versus my whole life, because I never did it, is that I have an actual presence now, so it's time to be in reality. Fantasy might even help you get away with being a shadow, or people just misunderstanding you, or thinking that you're just out of the loop, or whatever the case is. That's a different world, but you have a presence. You're part of society. You exist on this planet, and you are visibly existing on this planet, or I am visibly existing on this planet. Therefore, it is better for me to be in reality. Now, granted, I put in quite a bit of work. I'd say, like, I like, some people. Okay, look, this is one thing I did, and I'll tell you one of my secrets. So let's say you want to learn something specifically with computer programming or animation. You go to that specific thing and you look it up and you learn it, whatever the case is. Now, imagine coming up with your own stuff and doing your own thing based on your own mind. For me, after I robbed that bank and all the shitty times I had, really helped me stronger. It made me stronger to cope with reality. Now, having a presence for the last almost 3 months, I would say for myself that I first of all, I kind of got out of the fantasy before that. But what I did is I just hardened myself, made myself stronger in order to get myself to put more hours or more time into, I call it the uncanny sciences, or the what my mind was able to put together with encoding and all different sorts of stuff. I impressed myself a lot. I mean, literally, I like, piano was one. Just literally, just keeping that ball up. But it took me like 3 or 4 days to get the keep up going and hitting it, and not even letting it bounce, and just continuously keep hitting it and stuff against the wall. From a decent short distance. But anyways, that was one. Playing little games and just being like way too good at them right away. Kind of late, like at the piano, it made me realize that I'm kind of quite ahead, and I've actually like went from, oh, my reality sucks, to my reality's made me a stronger person going forward, and it's gonna help me succeed where I failed before, prior. So anyways, the point is that I started off, and then I had this big work. Always like on, I gotta do this, I gotta do that. Oh man, this is really, I gotta do that, and I was into that. And then I was like, dude, I have a presence, but I feel like I'm being disrespected or not treated well or whatnot. I gotta get my presence known, things like that, right? And I'd say by the time I did this YouTube channel, I pretty much dropped doing any kind of stuff like that. And what happened was I shifted into reality. Now I'm in reality. I am in my reality, right? One of the videos I put up that was about, hey, dude, what world are you in? If you've got like real wealth, you're traveling for fun to these big party cities just to party or to go to an event. You're going in first class. You're going in business class. You are... I mean, you go shopping and you're dropping what, 100 grand on your shopping trip. I don't know, right? But the point is, what do you ride it in? Bentleys, Ferraris, Lamborghinis, all that stuff. So you got, I mean, you got your stuff. And I think that was around the time, I'd say, but before that, I started really hitting reality. Now I'm really in reality, and I know how much my life sucks at the moment. And I know that it sucks, and I'm living in it, and I'm not just laughing hysterically and being in a fantasy world. I know where I am, I know what's going on, and I know that I have a very shitty life right now. And it's really, really, really shitty. But that was one of the examples where, because I kind of put it out there onto a video and made it like public. It's like, I just came to terms with my reality. Terms with who I am. I'll tell you, one misconception I had was I thought I was always like, I thought I was a mafioso, you know? I thought, and believe it, like, okay, maybe the guy was fucking with me, I don't know. But the CEO, when I first went to jail, he goes to me, he comes to me and he goes, first of all, I told him, like, well, it doesn't matter what I told him, but anyways, the point is, the guy comes up to me and he goes, dude, I read your file. What are you, like a mafioso or what, right? Now I'll explain. He said that to me. I didn't reply to him. I just kept walking. Now, but the thing is that the reason they thought that is because I had, like I said, 4 or 5 like shadow connections in like the elite level of the security force world. You know what I mean? And that was why he thought I was a mafioso, or he mistook me for a mafioso. That's also why I got things done, like when I wanted to lock down, and because in the beginning I'm not gonna get into detail, but there were certain things that went on where I was like, wow, this sounds some real shit. But the thing is that he said he thought I was a mafia, and I thought I was a mafioso too. I thought, not that I was a mafioso, but I thought I would always become a mafioso. I always thought I'd be like, you know, very, like, forget connections, but very sophisticated, you know, on a higher level of thinking, you know, clever, playing people, putting cash in my pocket, walking into the club with all this cash on me, you know what I mean, being the man with the connections, picking up my phone, calling people, get me this, get me that, I want reservations, blah, 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 whatever the fuck it is. I thought that was going to be me one day. And here reality hits me, man. Dude, I was the fucking square, man. I'm the honest Joe, man. I thought working at factories is what made you a man when I was 16 years old. Sorry, no. I tried to get into landscaping and construction, but the temp agencies around here didn't do that. I kept telling them, dude, why don't you get me a temp job with the fucking landscaping agency, man? Like, you know, I want to spend my whole summer vacation fucking mowing lawns and doing all that shit. Couldn't get it, you know. I'll tell you, I was such a zero, okay? And I'm proud of this because today I'm not. Today I'm in the top 10% of the fucking world, man. It's a big fucking deal. But at that time, like, dude, I couldn't land a fucking job to do landscaping, man. So what did I do? I'm like, what do you have? Well, we have like this really shitty factory job. Are you sure you want to do that? I do want to do that because in my mind, I'm thinking that's what makes you a man. When you work hard, you know what I mean? And you hate life. That makes a man, you know what I mean? And I did, like, I was like in a total, like, but the thing was, that was more reality for me. As of today, I am in reality. I know who I am. I am not a mafioso by any means. I am not a high-class, sophisticated gangster who's well-known and has all these connections with all these big people, and he's the man, and he walks in and he's put $100 tips in people's fucking, just for holding the door for him or whatever. Like, I'm not that fucking guy, and I didn't really know that. I remember my gym teacher saying to me once, he goes, I was wearing Al Pacino's, an Al Pacino shirt, and he goes to me, you know, you look like those Italian gangster guys. I said, well, thank you. I didn't really reply much to him. I took it as a compliment. I thought it was cool because I was a teenager, and to be related to something like that was really cool. Like, wow, you think I actually would be an Italian gangster? That's really cool. That's not me at all, though. And I realized that here. I realize who I am. You know, I am the guy who started from level 0, right? Didn't take anything from anybody. Didn't accept any help. I had people trying to tell me, I had people trying to tell me stuff like, I can teach you this, I can teach you that. Hey, dude, and I had multiple people. Like, I had kids my age who used to. I know a kid. He was an idiot. He used to steal clothes, like really nice clothes, like basketball jerseys, authentic stuff, getting really good stuff. And he would tell me, dude, what do you want? I'll give you whatever the hell you want. I'll give it to you for free, man. Why are you dressing so shitty, man? All you do is fucking. And you know what I used to wear? Like, I used to wear like those. You know how you had gangsters who grew up on like farmlands or small towns or whatever, who were unsophisticated. Like, I dressed like those guys, just like those guys, all the time. But that's how my clothing was, really. I mean, I dressed like those even when I was a little kid. I was dressing just like that. And I never really realized that, But for me, those clothes were cheap. But other people didn't want to buy them. And people would criticize, oh, nobody wears these kind of baggy clothes anymore. What are you dressing like that for? That style was out in the 2000s or whatever. And I'm like, I'm still going to dress like that because that's me. The thing is, you go to school and you think everything is supposed to be better. Well, I see people going to university. Well, I gotta be like this. And it never worked out for me. But the point is that I was one of those guys. I started from level 0 as an honest guy, right? I had my morals, my values, right? And as I grew up, they changed, obviously, or became better. But the point is that I was like, I was not a mafio, and I still am not. And now that I'm in reality, I realize, okay, that, like, I got a couple of good things. I mean, I'm happy to have this. This is a very nice jacket, by the way. This is 100% coyote fur. And one of the reasons I like it, let me take this up. One of the reasons I like it is because it actually matches my hair color pattern. My hair is patterned, like, I put a picture up with the sunlight on it. My hair it's just very similar to that. Okay, so that's cool. These are decent clothes too, which is nice, which I like now. But here's the point, right? The point is that, yeah, and I had people tell me, oh, I'll teach you how to do this. I'll teach you how to do that. You can work under me. You can do that. And I never would accept anything. To the point I had people lying, trying to say that, oh, I influenced him. Oh, I taught him. And they know that they didn't do it for shit. Everybody used to say about me that I had no family. They used to say that if he has a family, they left him in the fucking dust. Okay, 19 years old, I had my own apartment because I couldn't stay there because everybody was fucking with me, and I didn't click with anyone who's supposed to be my so-called family. I didn't click with any of them. They all worked in the same company at one point. And I tried to work in that company and I got fired in 2 fucking months. You know what I mean? And that was way back in their early careers when they do that. Like for the retail shit. Like, dude, I could never fit in with them. And they would call me an outcast. They would make fun of me all the time. And whatnot. And I would make fun of them back and disrespect them back. And that's all it was. And we never had any relationship. I literally had no affectionate type feelings towards any of them. Like, there was no real feeling other than the fact that the only thing was, okay, yeah, when I was a baby, you fed me, which prevented me from dying. I owe you that, since you're around and everything, right? That's that's a different kind of situation. That's kind of with a singular, just one person, and that's what it is, Now, that being said, okay, I'm gonna start a new video. I'm liking this. I'm gonna start a new video.